Healthcare is the second highest cost after housing. Healthcare expenses average $300 a month or $600 for an elder couple, and that's for people in good health. For elder couples who own a home with no mortgage, healthcare can be the largest expense. If older people are in poor health, healthcare expenses increase by an average of $90 a month or $1,000 a year, not including any additional expenses for long-term care services. Here in Brooklyn and Kings County, the Elder Index shows that annual costs are somewhat higher than for the state average. For example, for single homeowners still paying a mortgage, annual costs are about $5,000 higher than the statewide average. They're actually much closer for the people who are owning a home with no mortgage or for renters. In addition to estimating basic household costs, the Elder Index for New York estimates the cost of home and community-based long-term care, which includes homemaker, home health aide, care management, and other services. Studies suggest that 2/3 of seniors will need long-term care in their later years at some point. Even though most elders rely on family members and other informal supports for assistance, many seniors will pay for at least some of the care they need. Our estimates suggest that in New York, seniors with a low level of need for home-based long-term care services, about 6 hours a week, will need to pay $7,500 a year for this care. Seniors with higher levels of need will pay as much as $42,000 a year annually for the in-home care equivalent of 36 hours a week. Long-term care assistance expenses can more than double or even triple annual living expenses. But I should say that they're still lower than living in a nursing home, which we all want to avoid. Thus, a change in life circumstances, such as the loss of a spouse, a decline in health, or the need for in-home assistance, can drastically reduce an elder's economic security. Our tabulations show that in every county in New York, elders are unable to make ends meet if they have incomes at this federal poverty level, which was set at $10,830 for a single elder and $14,570 for an older couple in 2009. On average, the income required to age in place with dignity, reflected by the Elder Index, is nearly 2 times the federal poverty level for elder homeowners with no mortgage, and even more for renters and homeowners with a mortgage. So this does not measure up, as you all are aware. For single elders statewide, the average Social Security benefit is about $14,500. For elder homeowners with no mortgage, this average benefit moves an elder 75% towards economic security. However, for elders who are in poor health, who live in rental housing, or are still paying off a mortgage, the average Social Security benefit covers a much smaller share of their necessary expenditures. At the extreme, for an elder, a homeowner with a mortgage who is in poor health, the average Social Security benefit provides only 47% of the income needed for economic security. Older women receive a smaller Social Security benefit on average, but face the same living expenses as an older man in New York City. In New York City, for instance, the average Social Security benefit for women is about $13,000, while for men it's $15,500. For single renters, this income falls $11,000 short of the New York City Elder Index. So women are more likely to rely on Social Security income alone, and therefore are much more likely to fall short of economic security. Across the country, Elder Economic Security Index is changing how policymakers, service providers, advocates, and public at large understand what it costs to age in place with dignity and economic security. So today, New York becomes part of a national movement to ensure elders and their families are able to meet their basic needs. And as I'll show the report again, and at some point, this will be available to you at all online as well, where you can look for every the index numbers for every county in New York. Thank you.